Hey everyone, it's Graeme. It's about 4:45 in the morning here at my house. I just got back from a family vacation, and it's game time for getting ready for the BC bike race. For those of you that don't know, I'm headed to British Columbia at the end of June for my first ever multi-day stage race. In fact, it's one of the toughest multi-day stage races in the world for mountain biking. They call it the Tour de France of mountain bike. These are on the beautiful, hopefully groomed out single track of British Columbia, Canada, a place where I've actually been to before but never ridden my bike. 7 days, 30,000 feet of climbing, the real deal, tight single track. You got to be not just fit to survive, but you want to come in light and lean. And if you know me by now, obviously I know many of you are customers of mine or listen to my podcast. I'm not born to be 140 pounds, 150 pounds. I'll never get there. I can starve myself all day. That's not going to happen. But I do need to get my body ready and lighter than I've probably ever gotten it in the past decade for this event. And one of the reasons for that is not to be extreme to myself, not to be mean to yourself by trying to lighten up, but to make things actually easier on myself for the 7 days while I'm out there when you're hauling your ass around, a tight single track with mud, climbing conditions, 7 days in a row. Every pound makes a difference for sure. And right now I'm about 172, 173 pounds. My goal is to get down to below 165 and maintain that, and ideally down to 160 pounds. Now, I haven't been down to 160 pounds since I was doing bodybuilding and getting my body fat percentages, below 5%, which if you've ever been below 5% body fat, being especially a heavier set individual like myself, it ain't easy. It definitely is not. So what I'm going to do for you is share some updates about my training, my nutrition, my lead up, my gear, ongoing for the next 24 days between now and the time I leave for BC, including actually some updates while I'm actually out there in British Columbia for you here on my YouTube channel and of course on cyclo-core.com and Cycle Club. The first thing I want to share with you today, just real quick and simple, is utilizing longer rides at zone 2, maybe up to zone 3 endurance, and doing that with not restrictive calories, but lower caloric intake. And one of the reasons for doing that, to help lighten the load, again, I've got 10 or 12 pounds to drop here over the next 24 days, is to really train my body to utilize more body fat stores. Obviously, you know that I'm a big proponent of using Cyclo-90 training, which you're probably on my Cyclo-90 in-season page right now, of high-intensity training, both with cyclo-core, cyclo-iron, which is the new program that's out, which is definitely high-intensity, short duration, metabolically active. I'm still going to be using those workouts, absolutely. But for in-season training, especially for something like BC Bike Race or a one-day, big climbing event like the Death Ride, Triple Bypass, Everest Challenge, whatever it's going to be, we want to utilize longer rides to help us turn that fat engine into hyperdrive, because I'm not just looking to lighten up, but I want to drop body fat, and I'm going to drop some muscle along the way. For someone like myself, I've got some muscle to spare. I can sacrifice a little bit of muscle to get my body a little bit lighter, and by doing a longer ride. So today is Cyclo-90 in-season. I'm using my mountain bikes on my Cyclo-90 in-season mountain bike endurance plan. Today is the kitchen sink ride. It's basically a 4 to 5 hour ride, zone 3, maximum effort, meaning you have to control yourself and not go into your threshold as best you can. Obviously easier said than done on a mountain bike to not reach threshold when you're out there on the trails, but to stay at a low, below race pace effort, but do that for extended periods of time and do that with minimal calories. So I'm actually going to reduce my caloric intake during the ride today by about half. Now, some of you might think that that's stupid. Why would you want to reduce caloric intake as you're training for an event? Well, bottom line is that you're never going to be able to replace all the calories you're expending over a 7-day event. It's impossible. I don't care how much you eat. I don't care how much you try. What I want to do right now is begin to train my body to produce solid zone 2, zone 3 effort over duration, repetitively, day by day, with less calories. And remember, your body's smart. It learns as you keep training it. So if I make my body believe that I'm always going to be fully refueled, I'm always going to be hydrated, I'm always going to be in perfect physical and mental health, then it will expect that for 7 days. And what I know for a fact, without even having done a 7-day stage event, is that that's not going to happen. I'm going to do my best to rehydrate and refuel, but you want to begin to train your body how to pull its resources out of itself, pull things out of it that it didn't know that it could do before. You need to do that in advance before you get there. So today might suck, I'm not going to lie. Today could get pretty tiring. The trick will be is to stay within my pace, within my zone, and not supersede it. So I will be using a heart rate monitor today. I'll update you on my Strava page and on my Facebook page. Again, this is Cyclo-90 in-season tactics with simply reducing caloric intake. I will be updating you more. I've got a whole bunch more tips and great info coming out for you ongoing. If you have questions for me, leave them below on my YouTube channel. If you don't have Cyclo-90 in season yet, this is a system that's designed for both roadies and mountain bikers. There's 6 plans total that come with this, plus all the workouts that you need, and more importantly, the in-ride workouts to be doing outside to be maximizing not just your weight loss, but of course to improve your performance once you hit your ideal weight. 10 pounds is a lot to lose, so wish me luck, and I'll talk to you soon.